Today's only catch-up game was a chance to guarantee qualification for the AFC Champions League. And well, Lucas went and guaranteed that. Not only did he get that first goal, but he went and got himself a brace as Songkrasin delivers a lovely ball in, by the way, for him to then volley into the left-hand side of the goal and get a second on the 32nd minute. Now, we had 19 shots to their 4, 9 on target to their 1, a 2.1 XG to a 0.29, 11 corners to 2, 8 fouls to 7, 1 yellow card, 86% passing to 79, 58% possession even to 42. As you can see, the whole team put in work. Kishimoto did let the side down a little bit, coming on as a sub, getting a 6.6, but the rest of the team, 6.7 and above, is rather nice to see. But before we crack on with today's game, we do of course have an Emperor's Cup semi-final draw. So without further ado, I will see you fine folks over there in just a second. Okay everyone, so before we jump into our clash against 4th place side Kawasaki Frontale in today's episode, we of course have the Emperor's Cup semi-final draw. And well, they are meeting us in that draw. So is F Marinos, Red Diamonds and Nagasaki. But who will we get in that semi-final? Because of course, Nagasaki, it's the team we play in the quarterfinals. We are yet to play that one. I think F Marinos, although we managed to get a very good result, we don't want them. We don't want them. I think they're going to get revenge on us, so let's try and avoid them. Hopefully we get maybe Red Diamonds. I don't mind Frontale, but like I've mentioned, they are 4th in the league, so they're not a bad side. Red Diamonds should be the easiest of these 3 games, but which will we get? Well, we are first out of the hat, so we are going to be the home team, and we are going to take on Frontale. Interesting. So reverse Frontale here today, and if we make it through to the semi-finals of the Emperor's Cup, which we should do, considering we're versing Nagasaki, we shall meet Frontale yet again. So that is the Emperor's Cup semi-final draw. It is time to crack on with today's match. So I'll see you over at the stadium in just a second. Okay everyone, before we jump into today's game, we have a few notes that I forgot about in the previous segment. So we are going to have a little look at these and you will see just why I dragged you here. First of all, we have the initial budget for next season. And well, the board has decided to splash out. We have 155,000 per week to spend on wages and 14.42 million as a transfer budget starting right now. So I can splash cash, go a little bit crazy, but I'm probably going to hold out. We're going to see how we get on in certain competitions and see what we can do with that going forward. In terms of other information though, Consadole of course got our AFC Champions League qualification, as I previously mentioned. We got top 3 in the league and thus have guaranteed it, although our cup status has pretty much guaranteed it as well, because top 4 would have probably got us it regardless, simply because whoever wins it is probably going to be within that top 4 anyways. And we are doing pretty darn good in all competitions other than the one that started at the beginning of the season that we're trying to forget about. Although we did get our revenge against Marinos, so the Super Cup, not too bad. We don't mind losing that too much now. Fujita is also heading for an award. He is looking to pick up the Japanese League Cup New Hero Award. According to news reports, the 19-year-old central midfielder has been in phenomenal form recently. He has indeed. We also have a couple of other players in contention for it in Suga and Obi, although I think both of those are not as good as him, and Abe might give him a push for it too, as well as Maida. So that is our news round up. We are going to quickly remove these because now we've gone over those notes. I'm going to quickly delete those so I don't have to deal with this stupid little marker all the time, although it's probably on there for something else as well. In terms of this screen, well, we are going to apply the opposition instructions. We've got very good pitch condition here today. 20,688 tickets sold from their 25,000 capacity. 27 degrees Celsius and calm weather for this first versus 4th in the league. And, well, we do have a couple of suspensions, as you'll notice. Havanea is suspended. Apologies, my throat is a bit on the dry side. Might happen again, who knows, but we have a few suspensions for this one. Havanea, Miyazawa and Song Krazin. Our team for today, though, is Obi in goal, a backline of Suga, Fukumori, Inukai and Komai. A nice solid defence. Fukumori is a good backup player and is on a new, fresh contract and will be sticking around, of course, for quite a while now. Kawasaki will be on that left-hand side, Lucas on the right, Lopez in between them. In central midfield is Fujita and Applecamp, and Nakagawa up front. A bench consisting of Nakano, Yanagi, Kim Mintai, Maruoka, Fujimoto, Kishimoto and Nakashima. So, let's submit the team. Fukumori and Kawasaki are lacking a bit of sharpness. That is not a surprise. Nakashima seems to have forgot about the formation, which is a little bit weird, but Fujita is happy to be back in the team. As you can see, 3 changes from the previous game, which we of course had a nice comfortable victory and guaranteed ourselves a FC Champions League football for the upcoming season. Now, I want you to pick up where you left. Yes, exactly. Pick up where you last left off. Although a much weaker side, we should still be able to manage it against Frontale. Lucas whipping it in at the back post. And Suga will collect this and play it up to Lopez. Camp now over to Suga. Going the wrong way, we have it in Komai. Inukai to Komai in the centre circle. Nice ball over the top though. Nakagawa one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And Oki makes an okay save. Pushing it over the bar. Probably should have done a bit more with it, but 1.5 minutes in, and we've challenged the goalkeeper yet again. Oki making a save. We have already got off to a great start. 2 shots, 2 on target, and we are only 10 minutes in, ladies and gents. They've not had a single shot quite yet. 56% possession, gone down to 52. We need to hold that ball a bit better, but as you can see, 20 minutes in. Just give it a quick pause. 6 shots to 0, 5 on target to 0. Not a bad way to start this game. Now, okay, Kashiwa Reysol is currently beating Yokohama F Marinos. That's nice to see, because of course it means we can create a bit more of a gap. Currently 10 points, but if we can pick up a victory, that will of course extend to 12. I mean, 4-game gap will be the difference. We have a bit of a knock to Komai though. That's a bit worrying. Nakagawa though tries to head it in. Unfortunately, does not. We head to half time. It's 0-0. 9 shots to their absolute 0. 6 on target 2. Absolute 0. 0.72 XG 2. Absolute 0. 6 corners to 1. 4 fouls to 4 fouls. 0 yellow cards to 1. 88% passing to 87. 47% possession to 53. They've actually taken more of the possession, which is kind of worrying. I don't know if I am happy, to be honest. But, I mean, I'm reasonably happy. Komai has a bit of a knock, which I'm worried about. So Yanagi, just come on for him. We're not even worrying. He's on 6.6, so we'll get him off. We don't want to risk him. Just take him off the pitch. Let him rest up. I'm going to wait, because we might get something from this. Arano gets it on the halfway line. Plays it up to Hiroki. Hiroki plays it back. They have a player who has a knock in fact, he's gave the ball away to Applecamp, making a lovely break now. Can he get a ball across to Nakagawa? No, he goes alone, and instead Oki will poke it over the bar for Lucas to take this corner. Whips it in. Inukai kicks it over to Lopez though. He plays back to Fukumori. Fujita now back to Fukumori once more, and the highlight is over. We are going to demand a bit more for about 10 more minutes before we of course get to our usual substitution time. In terms of the Yokohama game, well, it has just become 2-0. That is nice to see. And we are past our usual substitution time. This is a bit worrying. It's 0-0. We've had 11, 7 on targets, and yet we have not breached their goal. So, who can we bring on? As you can see, Kawasaki's having a rough game. Yanagi came on and he's having a rough one, but we've just brought him on, so we can't really take him off. Kawasaki on that left-hand side, though, we can do something about. What we can do is Nakashima on for him, swap Lucas over there. Nakashima goes up front, Nakagawa drops back, and then we have Fujita, who's having a rough game, and Suga. Also Yanagi, like I said, but We're not taking Yanagi off. Inukai's on a yellow card. I think we're risking Inukai. We're going to risk Inukai. So, we can drop Applecamp, I believe, across here, but what we'll do is Maruoka is going to have the opportunity to do something. He's going to slide into that central midfield role, and hopefully those three can be the difference here today. Well, two, because Yanagi was already on, of course. So, Nakashima, I'm expecting big things from you. Also, why do they have a couple of players in blue whilst everyone else is wearing black? Hold up, look, this guy is in blue. Black, black, black. What on earth is going on there? Besides our defense being an absolute shambles. Hold on, look. Blue kit, black kit, black kit, blue kit. What is this mismatch? Okay. It's not even a long... That's long sleeve, that's long sleeve. I can't even put it down to long sleeve or short sleeve. What on earth is going on with their kits? It's like half the team decided to turn up in the away kit and half the team decided to turn up in their home kit. Like, I'm not sure what's going on, but we're going to demand more. We are going attacking, and I'm going to go all out attack if we don't get something going in just a second, because they've had 3 shots and yet they've got a goal. This, of all ways, to lose our beautiful streak is a rough one. Thankfully, Raysol, although that game has now disappeared, is still winning their game. That is a rough one to take, ladies and gents. Yanagi on a 6.3, by the way. What are you doing, Yanagi? Yes, Komai was struggling, but 6.3, that is terrible. Fukumori, 7.1, was a nice little fill-in at centre-back. But Lucas, 6.4, like, this is just disappointing. Very disappointing indeed, especially when you look at the match statistics. 16 shots to their 4, 10 on target to their 2, a 1.25 to their 0.3, 10 corners to 2, 10 fouls to 7, 1 yellow card to 1 yellow card, 87% passing to 88, 49% possession to 51. They're choking more than me with my dry throat. Unlucky, boys. No, I expect to see you in training, and I expect a better performance, because that was hideous. Absolutely hideous. Thankfully, though, like I said, Yokohama F. Marinos, they lost their game 2-1 in the end, even with Leo Serra managing to get them a goal. That has mean this gap has closed up a little bit, but as you can see, there is a massive gap between Yokohama and Osaka. It really is between us two for the title. And, well, there's 7 games left. And we have 9-point gap, so we're in a pretty good spot. We're in a pretty darn good spot, especially considering the goal difference. We can basically lose 3 games, then win 3 games, and we're still going to be top. So, Komai, gashed up a leg, 7 days to 2 weeks. That's a rough one, especially considering the state of Yanagi coming in as a replacement. He didn't do a great job, and we have a pretty difficult game coming up as we take on Kashima Antlers in the next match. But the next episode, of course, is going to be Suwon Blue Wings as we head away to South Korea for the semi-finals of the AFC Champions League. So I thank you all for joining us. I hope you all have a lovely night, and goodbye.